parents, I want to pass this strong instruction to you today. Don't send your child to school. I mean, don't send that child to school without following him or her to the school. For your child to have good impact of the education on him or her, it's important you don't just leave them in school. You need to accompany them to school. Being a parent is one of the responsibility that is so demanding even in this 21st century. And in addition to your role as a father, as a mother, is that you must follow that child to school. I will be sharing with you 5 simple tips on how you can follow your child to school to get maximum value for your educational investment on the child. I quite understand that you have tight schedules at work, whether as an entrepreneur, as an employee somewhere, or as a businessman somewhere. And I know you might not have much education. You don't need much education before you can apply all these simple tips that I'm going to be sharing with you so that you can follow your child to school to get maximum value and maximum impact on your child. The first tip I will be sharing with you on not just sending your child to school but also following them to school is number 1, clearly define your expectation from them for the term. It could be something like, I want Ahmed to move from the last position in the class to be among the best 10 in the class. Or it could be, I want Shinedu to score nothing less than 90% in all of his subjects this term. Set a clear goals with your children as you are resuming this new term. There is a way our spirit, soul, and body respond to expectation, as in clearly defined expectation. This will create a kind of mental focus, mental alertness for your child, that you have set a specific goal for the term, and take a step further by writing the goal down and paste it on the wardrobe of your children in the room, so that it will create a long-lasting impression in their mentality. When they are sleeping, they will think about the goal. When they are going to school, they will think about the goal. When they come back from school, they are going to think about the goal. And once you have these constant impressions in their mind, there is no how they won't express that, because your impressions are your expression. So if you impress that goal in their mind, definitely at the end of the time, they will express the goal or express something close to the goal. Second tips of schooling with your children is you need to cultivate a listenability in them. As a teacher for past decade, I understand that not every student listens in class. And at the same time, I realize that not every teacher knows how to make every student to listen in class. So it's important for you as a parent to cultivate your child listenability. And even if you are not in the class with your child, there is a way you can know if your child pays attention or not in the class. Just by asking a simple question like this, maybe when you came back from work or when you went to pick them in the school, you are driving in the car back home, you can just ask, Shade, how was the school today? Which of those subjects you did today did you like most, interest you most? Oh, how was your chemistry teacher performance today? How was your chemistry class? What did she say? Can you tell me a little bit from what you are taught in literature today? So if your child has little or nothing to say about what went on in those classes, then you must know that your child is not paying attention in the class. So what do you need to do? You need to pass a direct instruction to them. When you are taking them to school, always remind them, but I'm sending you to school not to go and make friends, not just to go and be playing around the school. I send you to school to go and listen to everything your teacher says. So when you keep repeating this instruction day in, day out, you are going to cultivate your child's listenability, which is the key to learning. If you cannot learn how to listen, then you cannot learn. And then if you are not learning, there's no way that will not go a long way to affect the child's performance in the examination. So it's very important we cultivate the listenability of your child. The third thing you need to do to follow your child to school is to follow the class notes. Every good student has good notes. So you need to follow your child class notes. I can't forget that from my father. Every Saturday, having gone to work, travel, when it come back over the weekend, every one of us, we are going to line up from the elderly brother to the last born with our notes in our hand. He's going to vet everything for us. So as a parent, you need to know what is happening in your child's class notes. I remember a lady that the mother brought to me, a GS2 girl. She wasn't performing well in class. And while we were trying to figure out what is the reason for her poor performance, I was checking through the exam script. I saw that she wrote virtually nothing there. I asked her, where is your class notes? Out of 14 notebooks, she was only able to produce 8 notebooks. Please, how will she perform well? She has lost like 6 notebooks out of the 14 subjects is running in a term. There is no how such a child will perform well in the examination. So what are those things you need to check out for in that class note of your child? The first one, ensure that the note is complete. How many subjects is your child running in class? 15 subjects, 14 subjects. Try to confirm maybe weekly or bi-monthly that the note is complete. If he said he lends anyone out to a friend in class, ensure that the following day he brings it home. Another thing you need to check in your class note, you must ensure that the note is updated and completed. It's not owing any notes. Some of them, they will miss some class, they will not write it, the note will not be completed. Please ensure that the note is completed and it is well written. And the last thing you need to check about that note is that the note should be neat. That note, always impress it on your child that note is much more important than his clothes in the wardrobe. The note is more important than the shoe he's wearing to church or to mosque or to outing. So he should take care of the notes. Those notes and textbook should be very neat as much as possible. The fourth way of following your child to school is by following every activities in the school, ranging from the PTA meetings to the open day to the inter-house sport to the end of the year party. It's important you follow all these events. Why? Those activities are part of educational activities. They are important to the school, they are important to your child, so it should be important to you also. And the last thing you need to do to follow your child to school, by not just sending them to school, is to follow the exams and the continuous. I released a podcast some weeks ago when the report card was released. I said that's your child's report sheet. It's not his or her report sheet, but your report sheet as the parent. So you need to do the assessments, the tests together with your child. I know you have paid a high amount on your child tuition fee. You have even employed a private home tutor for that child. But sir, nothing stop you, man, nothing stop you from calling your child. Fatima, come closer. Let's review your basic science together. She can even sit on your laps and you are reviewing it together. Gone are those days that we are brought up with a nagging and shouting parent that you make a mistake, is not tolerated. You make any silly, they ask you one question, they shout hell on you. So learning has been upgraded. Learning should be by fun and not by force. Your child should enjoy learning to the extent that the next time he's having any assessment, she will be the one that will be calling you, daddy, mommy, won't you give me some 30 minutes to review my subject with me? Learning should be fun and not by force. So you should cultivate the habit of at least doing revision with your child. Even though you don't understand chemistry, even though you don't understand that basic social study, it's important you call her, collect the notes, look at the notes, ask questions from her, and hear her talking. Create that rapport with her of reviewing her subjects together with your child ahead of our assessments. This will go a long way to improve the performance, give you value for your investment on your child's education. Till I come your way again, I believe this message has given you some kind of enlightenment. Please share this message with your neighbor. Share it with your friends. Share it on different WhatsApp groups, on different Facebook groups. That should be long. Let them know that there is a way we can enjoy education. Cheers.